Over a decade ago, Skype was everywhere, but now it's not what it used to be. From revolutionizing how we interacted with VoIP technology to being the king of video calls, Skype used to be the leader, but now it has lost its crown, leaving many to wonder what happened to the once mighty Skype. Did they mess up, or did others just zoom past them? This is what happened to Skype. To truly understand the rise and fall of Skype, let's dig into its backstory and figure out what made it tick and what made it tank. Like many tech startups, the key players are crucial. Nicholas Zenström and Janis Friis, along with 4 savvy Estonian engineers, hit the ground running after their success with Kazaa, a hot peer-to-peer file-sharing app. They took what worked and launched Skype in 2003, borrowing some code from Kazaa to kickstart things. This move allowed them to build a solid peer-to-peer architecture, which improved the reliability and quality of voice and video calls. Skype completely revolutionized online communication with its breakthrough in VoIP technology, fundamentally altering the way people interacted globally. Its innovative features allowed direct communication without relying on centralized servers, setting it apart from the competition in the early 2000s. The platform's superior user experience quickly gained popularity worldwide, offering high-quality voice and video communication. Unlike its competitors, Skype founders Zenström and Friis took a minimalist approach, focusing solely on communication features. This simplicity made Skype the go-to platform for video conferencing, whether for casual chats or professional meetings. Moreover, it provided a cost-effective solution for businesses seeking to communicate with employees and clients without incurring hefty long-distance fees. By the mid-2000s, Skype had become a global phenomenon, captivating millions of users worldwide. It seemed like Skype was poised to revolutionize communication for the foreseeable future. However, despite its meteoric rise, the story of Skype took an unexpected turn. In 2005, the first crack in Skype's success story happened. See, its soaring popularity attracted the attention of tech giants, leading to its acquisition by eBay for a hefty $2.5 billion. However, this move proved to be more than a hindrance than a boost for Skype. Despite eBay's deep pockets, it struggled to integrate Skype into its e-commerce platform and failed to capitalize on its potential revenue streams. This lack of commitment from eBay stunted Skype's growth and innovation, preventing it from keeping up with competitors in the rapidly evolving communication landscape. Adding insult to injury, eBay later admitted to overvaluing Skype, further straining relations between the company's leader and Skype's founders, ultimately leading to Nicholas Zenström and Janis Friis departing in 2008. Recognizing the mismanagement, Skype was then sold to a consortium led by Silver Lake Partners in 2009. This move injected new life into the struggling platform, allowing it to refocus on its core services of voice and video communication. By March 2011, Skype had reached its zenith with a staggering 30 million simultaneous users, solidifying its status as the household name and even entering everyday language as a verb. Skype had reached a level of cultural coolness where you didn't just call someone on Skype, you Skyped them. It had become a symbol of modern communication. Seeing this culture cachet, even the tech behemoth Microsoft wanted a piece of the action, eager to harness some of that cool factor for themselves. In 2011, Microsoft made a bold move by swooping in with a whopping $8.5 billion offer to acquire Skype. When Microsoft comes knocking, you tend to listen. However, the acquisition didn't turn out to be the fairy tale many had hoped for. Microsoft's motivation behind the purchase was to bolster its enterprise communication offerings, aiming to enhance features like video conferencing. But here's the twist. Microsoft already had its own VoIP software baked into its programs, including the widely used Windows Live Messenger. And here's the kicker. Live Messenger was already boasting around 40 million simultaneous active users, which was 10 million more than Skype's impressive 30 million. However, the acquisition was more about capturing the cultural zeitgeist through a trendy consumer product than about sheer numbers. After all, Skype wasn't just a tool, it was a symbol of modern communication. It was cool. It was even a verb. But when the unexpected buzz didn't quite transfer over, Microsoft changed its game plan. Instead of doubling down on what made Skype special, its reliable video calling, They decided to go head-to-head with everyday communication apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram. They gave Skype a facelift, making it trendier and more appealing to younger audiences. They introduced features like emojis and borrowed elements from Snapchat, but in the process, they lost sight of what truly mattered, maintaining the core functionality of seamless video calls. By cramming the app with unnecessary features and straying from its original purpose as a communication and collaboration tool, Skype lost its way. Users started facing performance issues, and the once user-friendly interface became confusing and cluttered. The whole experience became convoluted, with the performance taking a nosedive, and users weren't shy about expressing their frustration, leading to a barrage of negative reviews and a plummeting rating on Apple's UK App Store, down to just 1 star. Around the same time, while Microsoft was grappling with how to navigate Skype's future, another player entered the scene: Zoom. Founded in 2011 by former Cisco engineer Eric Yuan, Zoom had a clear mission: to make video communication more user-friendly and efficient. Instead of getting caught up in the adding bells and whistles, Zoom doubled down on performance and security. They went back to the basics, focusing on what Skype had once excelled at: simple, reliable communication. By prioritizing a clean user interface and offering top-notch video and audio quality, Zoom positioned itself as a formidable contender in the market. Meanwhile, Microsoft was well aware of Skype's shortcomings, so much so that they launched Teams in November 2016, a direct competitor to Slack, with integrated video calling functionality. As time passed, Skype faced a steady decline, losing users to its competitors. Many companies quietly made the switch from Skype to Zoom, as Skype continued to add features that didn't align with its core functionality. Then, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020, and the world went into lockdown, remote work became the norm practically overnight. This should have been Skype's moment to shine. After all, it had been the go-to app for video communication for nearly 2 decades. With in-person meetings replaced by online video calls and video conferencing becoming essential for remote collaboration, Skype seemed poised to dominate. However, it was a perfect storm of bad luck for Skype. Zoom, already well positioned in the market, seized the opportunity and took the lead. It quickly became the preferred choice due to its ease of use and reliability. What would have previously been a suggestion to download Skype to stay in touch turned into a directive to download Zoom, as Zoom focused solely on enhancing features relevant to video conferencing and collaboration, such as virtual backgrounds, screen sharing, and recording options. By prioritizing these areas, Zoom accurately addressed the market demand and established itself as the superior alternative to Skype. Zoom then became the undisputed poster child for video conferencing, winning over both consumers and corporate users alike. The numbers speak volumes. Between 2020 and 2021, Zoom's global market share shot up by a staggering 22.3%, while Skype's plummeted by a disheartening 25.8%. In a survey conducted in April 2020, which involved 1,110 US companies, 27% reported primarily using Zoom for video calls and meetings, compared to 18% for Teams and 15% for Skype. That said, the coronavirus outbreak didn't cause Skype's downfall. Rather, it accelerated a shift that had been happening over the previous 3 years. The urgent need for a reliable video conferencing solution during the pandemic meant that people didn't have the luxury of waiting around for Skype. They turned to Zoom instead. Another part of Zoom's success lies in its seamless user experience, particularly appealing to less tech-savvy individuals who simply want something that works reliably. Contrastingly, Skype's user base dwindled, slipping from 40 million daily active users in March 2020 to 36 million. Meanwhile, Microsoft's newer Teams app skyrocketed in popularity, reaching nearly 250 million monthly users by July 2021. Given the resounding success of Teams, Microsoft made the strategic decision to retire Skype for Business in 2021. As a result, business video calls using Microsoft products must now utilize Teams. So, here we are, just over a decade since Skype reigned as the world leader in video conferencing. But now, it's been dethroned by newer comers like Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft's Teams. Things look especially grim in the United States, where Skype holds just a measly 4% market share compared to Zoom's commanding 60%. While Skype isn't completely sinking yet, it's definitely struggling to stay afloat in this fiercely competitive market. Despite Microsoft's efforts to boost its presence by promoting Skype in Outlook and Windows, and even sprucing up the app with Bing's AI chatbot, the numbers just aren't painting a rosy picture. Now, Skype has gone from being the go-to choice for video conferencing to a sidelined player, missing out on one of the biggest opportunities in its history during the pandemic. The decline of Skype mirrors a common narrative among large companies with layers of middle management. A lack of innovation leads to stagnation. Now, Skype faces an uncertain future. What's your take? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you found this video informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this.